Let's start our investigation into different behavior theories and models with the health belief model. This is an intrapersonal model that focuses on individual perceptions and thought processes and how these factors influence a person's decision towards health behaviors. This model is thought to be best for behaviors that you want individuals to do one time, although I find the constructs can be applied to health behaviors that need to be repeated or become routine. The health belief model proposes that people are more likely to take action if they believe that they're susceptible to the condition, be it illness or injury, and that the condition has serious consequences, that taking action will benefit them, and that the benefits outweigh the harms. The individual also feels that there are no barriers preventing them from engaging in the health behavior. And this model also contends that it is important that individuals feel they are capable of the health action. Viewed another way, the health belief model breaks its constructs into those that relate and describe the perceived threat and those that describe the outcome expectation, meaning what we think will happen, and look at their relationship to a person's self-efficacy or their belief that they can carry out a recommended action. Let's look at perceived threat. Perceived threat has two components. The first is perceived susceptibility to the problem. This is referring to a person's feeling about the probability that they will get sick or injured. So for example, if I am 18 years old and I smoke, I don't feel susceptible to lung cancer. I am young and I'm not going to get lung cancer. That's way down the line. I'm going to quit smoking when I get out of college anyway, so I don't feel susceptible. I'm probably not going to quit smoking with these perceptions. The second thing is a perceived seriousness of the consequences of the problem. Let's say I don't know anyone who's had lung cancer and died that horrible death. I perceive the consequences of lung cancer is not so serious. So the individual's total perceived threat of developing lung cancer from smoking cigarettes in this situation are very small. When we look at outcome expectations, the first construct is perceived benefits to the specific action. If I'm a teen smoker, I might feel that the perceived benefits of looking cool or the stimulating effect of the nicotine far outweigh the risks of not feeling I fit in and not having the nicotine. The perceived benefits of smoking outweigh those for quitting, and I'm not going to quit the behavior. The second construct related to outcome expectations is a perceived barrier to taking action. With smoking, availability impacts barriers. If I can get tobacco or vaping products easily, there are no barriers to the action. That is why we don't sell tobacco products to people under 21 years of age. It reduces the availability. The barriers to quitting might be things like peer pressure or even addiction. When I stop smoking, if I'm addicted, I might start going through withdrawals. These barriers are going to influence the outcome expectation, and together those will influence how well I think I can quit smoking in this example. Let's look at a real-life example. Here we have a drawing indicating some individuals walking toward a free flu vaccine clinic. And you have a variety of people that are walking towards the front door. Each of them has a different opinion and are making different comments about getting a flu vaccine. The person on the far left says that she has asthma, and if she doesn't get a flu shot, she'll end up in the hospital. So considering the health belief model, which one of the factors, or constructs as we call them, does this statement address? I hope you answered perceived seriousness. She knows she'll end up in the hospital if she gets the flu. That is a threat, and it motivates her to getting a vaccination. The person on the right does not like needles. Which of the constructs of the health belief model does this address? If you identified barriers, that's correct. There are a variety of barriers to getting flu vaccinations. One might be that people don't like needles. To overcome this, we now have aerosols and nasal sprays. For some people, the barrier is the inconvenience of going to the clinic or doctor's office. We now have flu shots available at drugstores, and work sites often have flu vaccine clinics. Another barrier might be cost. Some people don't happen to have the $10 or $20 for a flu shot. So now we find more free flu vaccination clinics. Consider, if you never get the flu, you don't feel susceptible and you probably won't get a flu vaccination. But if you get the flu and it's very hard on you, there's a greater chance you'll get vaccinated. Can you see how the different factors related to each other relate to an individual's being motivated to get a flu vaccination? Here is an example from your textbook applying the health belief model to osteoporosis and osteoporosis screening. We have the constructs outlined and then examples of it applying to osteoporosis. So related to perceived susceptibility, a person who feels that it's not going to happen to them because maybe they're young and osteoporosis is only for old women, that will decrease the likelihood that they'll get screening. If they feel that osteoporosis is no big deal, the perceived severity is small. Screening for osteoporosis will catch it early so I can continue to live an active life. That's a perceived benefit. So a person who feels that this is going to benefit them in their ability to lead an active life is more likely to have the screening. If someone feels that it takes too much time, that would be a barrier. In public health, we try to use this information to develop interventions that support people in making healthy habit choices. There are a few other things listed here, something called a modifying variable, and this has to do with culture for this example. There's cues to action, having a sister who recently was diagnosed with osteoporosis, and then there's self-efficacy. If I'm diagnosed with osteoporosis, I know I can manage it.